Hello, so I'm using the Electrobots. I'm using the one by 0 times code. I'm just going to redefine the keys and then get into the game. It's a great little game. The idea is to find 10 objects on 3 different levels: land, water and space, and then get the bots out. So here we go. So here we are. Here's your cute little thing. You can wander around here. As you can see, we're in room 55. We have energy 100%. We have 3 lives and we have 0 score. The yellow things are coins. You will need to collect them because they are 100 points each, and you need to get 5,000 points by the end, by a sort of particular point in the game in order to open something up, I believe. So if you go down here, it's going to take you through how it all works. Here's our first little coin. Let's get these two first. We just drop off the end to the left here to get this one. And then we're going to make sure we drop off to get that one in a bit. So we're going to get that in a different way. The water is acid, or whatever, it damages you. Okay, so we need to jump up here, and then I think we need to fall off to the right here. That's right, and then you need to fall off down there. Okay, so that's 300 points so far. The 10 items you need to find are not diamonds. They're things like a sword, a ring, a shield. The diamonds just give you points. Okay, what to do first? Let's go left. Down there. Get that. Oh, should have waited for that. So you can see we're already losing lots of energy. That's fine. I'm just going to jump off here. That's a really difficult jump to make. Don't worry about it. We're about to pick up a battery. You get 2 things to increase your energy. The batteries, which increases your energy to 100%. Oh, beeps, I missed it again. Well, there are hearts, which increases your energy to 100% and gives you a new life. Let's try this again. This is a little bit difficult. Obviously, try to avoid the aliens. Yeah, got it. Okay, so here we have a question mark and it's a green question mark with a red thing at the bottom. It's a red question mark encapsulated by a green thing. Just get this key. So the question marks make things happen. You don't know where they're happening, you don't know which level they're happening on. There are other levels. If I press 2, I go to water. If I press 3, I go to space. If I press 1, I go back to land. So these question marks can make things happen everywhere. I'll show you what that question mark did in a second. And it's really annoying because you really don't know where they're going. Okay, so this bit's quite difficult. The spikes will kill you. The aliens will kill you. Everything will kill you. The teleport will take you to another level. Okay, so let's go through there. And then you've got to get this diamond, which is quite difficult. So we've got that. Go through there. We've got fall off here. There's that battery, which I'm going to get in a second. I'm just going to go through here. And this will take us up to the battery, which gets us back to 100%, which is great. So then, now, if you get hit by an alien, that's 3% off your energy. So I'm just going to go down here, jump off into this teleport, and go up here, which means I can get this yellow key. And I'm just going to drop down here. So let me show you what that that question mark did. Well, actually, no, I'll show you later because do I show you? No, I'll show you later. It doesn't help you promote. Let's go up here. Where am I going to go? How do I pause this? How do I pause? Can I pause? I got either of you to pause this, really? Okay, I can't pause. Let's just try and figure out what I'm doing then. Let's go to the top. There's another one there. Let's top this level. You can't get out this way. Notice here we can't get up there yet. Gonna just jump over here through this little secret passage. Just gonna go down here. Oh, totally. Oh, let's go to water because that's where I really need to go. Okay, so water's weird. The movement is totally different, so you've got to get used to the movement. Just gonna go over here. Just gonna go pick up 3 coins from over here. Here's one of them. Just gonna go down here. Here you go, jump. So if you hit the spikes, obviously you lose energy. This is room 140. It's on the eastmost part of the level. Just gonna go all the way up here. It's really random. You'd expect the room above 140 to be 130, but it's not. It's 124 randomly. So the whole thing's a bit messed up. All the levels, probably including this one, loop. So if you keep going east on a level, you'll eventually start coming back into the level on the other side, if that makes sense. So that is 3 coins. We go up here. So yeah, the movement is completely different. Let's just try and remember what's up here. Oh yeah. So you got to go. I think it's above here to get up properly without hurting yourself. Yeah, there we are. Now there's a space up to the top right which opens up if you get 5,000 points later on. But we're not there yet. We need to go and collect a particular. These shrubs kill you, by the way. We need to collect a particular question mark. This is quite tricky. I'm going to jump over here, jump up. Oops, yeah, I got hit there. There's a key. That's not the lock for a key, for this key. We've got to go and get that lock somewhere. In fact, the key for that lock is there, but we've got to get it, and that's difficult. If you look just to the right of this next screen, you can't get through there. On the bottom right, you can't get through there. That block can disappear. So we're going to make that block disappear eventually. First, we need to get this coin. I got 1,900 points. That's pretty good. So water's quite slow. This bit's a bit tedious. You have to go up and then you have to go back down the same route. It's very boring. But it is worth it. This is the slowest, most boring bit, really. You can chase this guy and just about get through before he turns round. Yeah. So I've made a little map of all this. Right, we're going to go up here where there's a question mark. I'm going to hover on the roof here until this little guy comes back. Great, there we are. Okay, so before we get the question mark, I'm going to go back to the land by pressing 1. I'm going to go to the place that I want to show you. So here we go. If we go to the right here, you see there at the moment there's no hole in the floor. If I go back to here and then just go and get it, then go back, now there's a hole in the floor. So we're going to go down here, drop down here, drop down here, drop down here. Drop down here, drop down here. Now you've got to press right here. You've got to keep pressing right because we're going to land here. So you can get that red key. There's a secret passage up there, but you can't get to it yet. It comes out. I'm going to use this red key. And the first question mark has opened a hole in the wall up there. How do I do this? It's got 3 keys right now, which is pretty good. Oh yeah. First, I just got to jump off the edge and turn back to get this one. Yep. And then let's just do that again. Oops. Ooh, and here. Jump up there, and then if we fall down this hole and go to the right, yeah, that's the one. And then fall down here and jump over there. Whoops, jump over there. We can open up the red lock. Jump over this acid bath and then jump up there. Great. And then here, I'm going to get that in a second. But first, let's go back to the water. And let's go out of here. So that question mark is going to open up the little block that I showed you, told you to look out for before. Got to be careful here. There's bushes beneath you, so you've got to press the jump thing quite quickly. And again, we're going to go up here to get a coin. Yeah, you see on the water, there's this sort of thing that keeps switching between the levels as you can't jump just quite high enough. Oops. Try that again. Yeah. Go along here. This bit's a bit tricky. So you've got to jump up to the ceiling. You've got to choose exactly the right moment to go across to try and avoid being splattered by any of these horrible things. And then here, you literally just fall. And you can jump. You're just clipping the bushes. Does avoid it. So there we are. You can avoid that taking any damage there. And then we're going to fall all the way down here. And you notice there's a block there. So if we go back to the land, we take this question mark, and then we go back here, the block has disappeared, and you fall through, and you can get this key, and then you've got to go all the way back in, which is very annoying. So let's go back up. So what do I think about this game? I think it's a great game. It's got 3 different levels, 3 ways of switching between. I like that. Essentially, it can give you 4 lives, because if you get to 0, your lives don't die. You have to die on 0 to die and die. That's good. Your keys don't transfer between levels. So if you get a key on the land level, it doesn't stay on the space level, for example. This is bad. Not doing this particularly well. There we are. What else? Yeah. You soon learn how to play it. It's great. It's just a fun little game. The difficulty is sort of like finding, where do the secret passages open? So secret passages can open anywhere, which is kind of annoying. You've got to look for clues. So, for example, those pink steps that I spoke about earlier. Well, there's some pink steps, and why are there pink steps there? We don't know, but maybe a secret passage opens at the top of them. Oh, it does. But how would you find out that a secret passage opens at 5,000 points? Well, like, how on earth are you supposed to know that? It's all quite difficult. But it is a good game. It's certainly got my attention. I owned a BBC B. That is how I got into computing. My dad bought us BBC B, which is fantastic. And we can play all these silly games on it, which is wonderful. So just go down here. I never played this in the original. I'm playing this on an emulator, as I said. It's an emulator written by OxCODE. And he, I presume, has coded this game in, and it's an absolutely wonderful game. Okay, so I'm going to go to the right here. I've got a key for this. This guy's going to shoot at me if I'm not careful. Hopefully I can, yep, just about got that. And here we have the rings. This is the first item. You need 10 items. Not 10 items in each level, I think. I think it's 10 items overall in all the 3 levels, and then you've got to escape. Yeah, so you lose 3% each time. When you get a gun, that you can stun the aliens for a little bit, and when you touch them, you don't die, and they can't shoot you. Now, here's another question mark. Let me try and remember where this question mark is for. That's in room 125. There are apparently 160 levels on over the 3 things. So, like, I don't know, a third of them are in space, a third of them are in water, and a third of them are on land. I don't really know, but yeah. So you don't get duplicated room numbers, is what I'm trying to say. So there's 160 rooms in total. Right, just trying to find my notes. What did I say? Room 155, was it? 125. Okay, I've paused because I haven't paused. You can press P to pause. Oh, yeah. Okay, right. So this is going to open things up in space. So let's just go back to here. So I'm not going to get it. I'm going to go to space. So I'm going to press 3 to go to space. Now in space, you've got this big old ship, and again, manoeuvring in space is quite difficult. You can be very careful. There's lots of spikes around. There are lots of difficult aliens and difficult nasty bits. So here's the spaceship. Here's the bottom half of the spaceship in this sort of blue and pink stuff, and just skirt around the bottom here to avoid any nasty aliens. Okay, so here we are. So I'm going to go up here a second, and you're going to see an alien. You see that alien? Above the alien, there's no gap in the wall. Okay, surprise, surprise, there's going to be a gap in the wall soon. So let's go back to 2, jump up here, get this, and then go back to space, go up here, and there's a gap. So we're not going to go into space quite yet, because it is... no, let's go to space. Let's do space. This is really difficult. Space is very annoying. It's really easy to lose control of your monster thing, as you can just see right there. I've just lost a load of energy. Oh my goodness, it's very stressful. Well, that's what we're aiming for. We're aiming for that thing there. Okay, so let's go down here. Ooh, oh dear, you see these loads of energy, making mistakes here. There's a key there. We need that key to get back into the front door. That's great. Let's go over here. You shouldn't really maneuver around as quickly as I'm doing. I'm whacking around. It's a bad idea. Now, you want to stop above there, above this thing, so you can shoot up in the air, avoid these 2, and go stop there. Ooh, see, I've already messed up. Okay, now, I can't quite remember what this does. I'm going to pause it there. If you see, I pause it. What room are we in? Room 130. What does that do? Room 130. Oh, yeah. So I'm going to show you what this does. So let's go back to water just to finish off a couple of things. If you fall off here, there's a little secret passage. It goes all the way down here. I've got 41 energy. That's not great. I'll just have to be really careful. Space really took it out of me. I really should have done that much slower, but yeah, it's very annoying. Okay, now this is really difficult, obviously. You've got to press jump when you're almost at the bottom. That's it, jump, and then jump, and then jump, and jump. That's really difficult again. Jump, and here's a key. Jump, pink key. I don't know what it does yet. Pink jump. Jump. Haven't found any secret passages that open up in there yet. Oh, I'm doing this pretty well. It's really easy to hurt yourself there. That's great. Just get out of this place. There's nothing else I want to do on this level until I've got 5,000 points. So, just going to go back to the pink steps where it does open up. There might be there's some 2 strange tunnels up here. again, I don't know whether they open up onto something or what they do. Here we are to the left and right here. Again, I don't know whether there's any way through there. I'm going to go back up to, I think it's actually left. Oops. Yeah, it's left, I think. So I'm just going to fall off the end here carefully and then jump over these things. And yeah. So in the water level, there's loads of stuff to the left here that's inaccessible until you've got to the top of here. So I'm going to leave my little buggy thing at the top of this lot to wait for 5,000 points. And I'm going to go to number 1. Okay, here we are back in number 1. Now this is quite sneaky. There is a nice little secret passageway here, right? And it drops down here, and you drop almost to the start. Okay, now where am I going? Okay, I've got to jump over here. Really difficult jump that. Got to go all the way up here. And there is a, oh no. Now if you look at this, it is impossible to make this jump from that red platform to the other red platform. But I'm going to go back to space. I'm going to pick up this nice little question mark and go back to land again. And look, ta-da, it's opened up. So we can jump up there. This is a little bit tricky. Jump and jump again. I just fall off the end here, don't need to jump. Jump there. Now just hover just to the left of these chains. You won't get got by the bug. And then jump up here. And now we're going to go for, yep, going to go up here. I'm going to go for that key first. So just fall down here. And then you've got to jump right off the end. There's a coin that we need to get there. Jump up here. And now I'm going to just jump down there. Get the coin. Jump over there, and get the key. Now the key can get us a gun. So at this point, I'm going to go back and get us a gun because guns are kind of helpful. So let's just drop off here, 22%, that's not great. Okay, here, it's quite difficult, yep. This is an awkward one. I think you've got to jump over to get quite a way. Oh, yeah, there we are, and jump. Oh no, not up. We're going to jump go to the right. Great, and then we're going to fall down here again. Fall down here again. Fall down here again. Now we can get over to that key. So this is difficult. Jump up there. Get there. Jump up here. And you can get a gun. And you can fire this, and it takes off 1%. Okay, so I'm going to pause there.